Hey, how's everybody doing? All right, let's see if anybody shows up for this. Hey, getting ready to go live on TikTok, or getting ready to go live on Twitch. Having some issues. Fuck. Well, that's a problem. Hard drive is not working. Doesn't want to work for me today. A pain in the butt. All right. I might have had the wrong one plugged in. Hope so. Hey, Slytherin 1996. How you doing today? Trying to get this stuff working, but it's not functioning as well as I would have hoped. Whatever. Today has been an interesting day. Oh, not really. Got up, wrote some poetry, of course. Got to do that. You know, I do that every day. I have not missed a day since October 31st, 2019. So that's over 1,000 days of writing in a row. And last year I was spending like 3 hours a day writing. This year it's more like 20 to 30 minutes a day. But hey, it's every day. And I don't miss it. And if I do, then I'll die. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Well, since the external hard drive isn't going to work, I will go with the stuff on my internal hard drive. Whatever. I like to play the games on the PlayStation Network and, you know, tweet about it and all that and shit. Nothing's working. All right. Well, ain't that some shit? All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read a poem because that's what I really am here for, right? Poetry. I had COVID last month, so I wrote a lot of poetry during that time. And God, that was tough, man. That was really tough. But I got through it, and I survived, you know. I can't believe I did. I made it through, though. Had the COVID, and I got it out of my body. I was coughing like a madman, but, you know, I'm here, I'm alive, and I've got my shit together enough to obviously do one of these. So, I'm happy. And looking pretty good for today, you know? Hey, I used to look a lot worse. If you saw a picture of me in 2011, you'd be like, wow, he looks like he's about 15 years older. Well, that's what a drug problem does for you, you know? Doesn't do wonders for your appearance or your spirit. I welcome everyone who has joined. I'm happy to see people that aren't bots because for the last month or so, that's been 99% of my follows have been User 19645-45149. Oh, there we go. We got one of them. Some of them are real people, but most of them are fake-ass mofos, as they say. So if you would like to donate to Nanny, there's a button over here. And that's the National Alliance for Mental Health. Something for mental health. You know, something for that. Everybody with mental health needs to be taken care of, as it is a problem that is growing in America. And it is only growing more by the day. When I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder back in 1999, hey, wingman, what's up? Sitting here doing my first live stream on TikTok. I've had an account for a year or two, and I never did this. But yeah, I got diagnosed in 99, and it was a living freaking hell. People didn't know. You know, especially the parents in schools. I was like the first kid in school who had to leave for a while because he was in the hospital, and they didn't understand. Most of them thought I was just doing it for attention. Hey, thanks a lot, wingman. I appreciate that. It's been a while since I've done a podcast. I had the Manzoni in the Morning podcast that I was doing. Last episode I did was last year. It got to be too much, especially the editing. Editing all the clips together, it was tough. And it got on my nerves. And also a lot of the number buttons on my laptop stopped working. So it got tougher. And so I stopped doing it. But now this is an opportunity to do something similar. And that's what I've kind of did the past couple days on Twitch. I was basically doing a podcast, just talking to myself and narrating shit, talking about my life. And, getting this figured out. Because I'd posted videos on Twitch before, but I never went live because I couldn't figure this shit out. But now I got the laptop over here. I got my shit. And my first instinct was that I was going to put this on live while I went on Twitch. And then I had an error with my hard drive. Oh, why, thank you. Yes, thank you, wingman. You know what? I thought it would be ironic to play PlayStation while wearing a Nintendo shirt. It's not to say I have anything against Nintendo. It's what I'm saying is that I'm waiting for Breath of the Wild 2 to come out still. That's been anything that I wanted to play since Animal Crossing. New Horizons. Is that the new one? I don't know. But, yeah, that's the one I wanted to play, but they didn't. So, what do I got my eye on? Elden Ring. Story by George R.R. Martin. So over Christmas time and Thanksgiving, I started buying up games because it's one thing I use to blow off steam is that I play the PlayStation and I go on there and do some killings. I had an Xbox at first and then it broke, the Xbox One. So I ended up switching over to PlayStation, which worked out for me anyway because I have really messed up hands. I have arthritis and thyroid condition, but also like a ganglion cyst that kind of messes up my shit. So smaller controller works out better for me. Hell, even the vibration messes me up. It really, really messes me up. Yeah, you can't get too much done when you need to be doing your schoolwork. Got to get your work done. That's why I get up super early. I was up at like 4 this morning. Got my poetry in, got my writing in, got the coffee on, did some dishes, put in a load of laundry, get the shit out of the way before I can go do this. And, yeah, and then you do it, right? You just do it. I spend the days at home. I take care of the house. My girlfriend, she goes to work, and I love her so much. Sophia, I love you. I love you, Sophia. So she goes and does her thing, and you know, I keep it together. I make dinner and shit. Tonight she's going out to her girlfriend's house, and so I'm holding down the fort. That's always good. I like to have a little time to myself. I mean, I do have it during the day, but I like having it at night, especially since it seems like more people are going to watch stuff like this after work or even during. Just, I mean, they got more time, you know, as opposed to during, like, maybe around noon. And maybe I am live streaming at the wrong time. Not this, but, oh, she works at someplace. She makes signs. Yeah, she just got a new job. She started on February. Yeah, our whole Christmas got fucked up because she had this really oppressive boss, and over at Zoom, this screen printing place in Spokane, and they were really fucked up there. If you look them up, there's a lot of pissed off former employees that they just treat like shit and drag through the dirt. So she quit her job, and then she didn't get a new one until February. So like Christmas, I was just on edge, just like, oh God, what the fuck what's gonna happen? And then January came, and I'm like, oh God, what's gonna happen? So thankfully, like a little bit after my birthday, which was on the 26th of January, she got the job. It was great because it was, you know, I depend, as a bipolar person, I depend a lot on routine and having a very sort of fixed schedule, and just having everything thrown into chaos really fucked up my shit. And it fucked up her shit too. She suffers from depression and anxiety, and she's just been so depressed. But thankfully, she's pulled herself out of that tailspin, and she's doing great at her new job, and I'm happy for her. I was even thinking like, oh my God, am I going to have to go back to work? Because I stopped working back in 2015 or 2016. I got on SSI, which is Social Security for broke-ass mofos that are also disabled. I just can't function. You know, I'll be good. When I start a job, I'll be good for like a first couple months, and then it just starts going downhill from there. And like my former employers never respected the fact that I have to go to the doctor so many times. Like, I have to go to the doctor all the goddamn time. There's always some medical crap that I need done, and I have to take off work for, because you go to get some mental health on, and they want you to come work hours. You know, they're not like, oh, can you come in on Saturday? No, they want you to take off work to go do it. And that became a problem, and that just kind of builds up and up. And I think one of the only places I worked at that respected that was when I worked, I was a temp for Inventive Health in Newport, Pennsylvania, working as a pharmaceutical representative over the phone. You call up and be like, hello, this is Alexander Manzoni with Inventive Health. Calling, you need your refills on Pharmaderm, Zudaflex, Sudbadam, a lot of female hormones. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? They need more people to help anybody. Like, there's way too many people and not enough professionals out here. And the fact of the matter is, every time I get a good counselor, they quit. I get a good doctor, they quit. I don't think I ever have a counselor more than 6 months to a year. They're just gone, and then got to do another person. Got to tell them my whole life story again, which would be great if I didn't have a crazy life story that takes multiple visits to tell them all the details, and I'll never get all of them, because I started putting them together in a book when I was 16. I was writing an autobiography at 16, go figure. And it was a lot. I got up to over 100 pages. Psychology was one of the only classes I enjoyed when I went to college for a little bit. County college, I did like 2 years, a couple times, a couple semesters where I do like 2 or 3 classes. That's all I could handle. And I did A's and B pluses on stuff like history, psychology, philosophy, that kind of stuff. Math, fail. Can't do it. Can't wrap my head around it. There's just certain things I can't wrap my head around. If you can't do it, you can't do it. And back then, people did not have, they didn't have as many resources for individuals with conditions such as mine. Or they did, but it was more reserved for people with more visible disabled conditions. Like they had disabled help for people who would have trouble getting to school because they are paraplegic or whatever. But I don't think they would have had something for me at the time. Nowadays they probably would, but getting back into that stuff, man, I don't know about that. Especially for what I'm doing. Like, I do poetry, and when I see my contemporary poets, and they'll say, I'm going back to school, and I'm like, oh God, for creative writing? Oh no. They take a loan out. Oh no. Like, if you've got your parents, you got, foot in the bill or something, I'd be like, sure, go ahead, man, do it. Go to school for creative writing or whatever. That sounds like a great investment. But if you're going to take a loan out, man, I don't know if you're ever going to get it back. What options do you have? Like, you could be an editor or work at school. I hope you like going to school because you're going to be doing a lot of school. For me, I couldn't wait to get out of those places. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand those cold-ass classrooms. Just the whole hustle and bustle. I'm slightly agoraphobic, so, like, crowds upset me, and they just give me so much anxiety and just stress me the fuck out. Like, it is so painful for me to go to somewhere, like, really crowded anymore. Which is interesting because I used to love going to concerts and things. Like, Ozfest 99, baby. It was my first concert, age 13. Went with my mom and Mary Ellen and my brother. And my mother sat out in the parking lot pre-gaming until it was time for Godsmack. So we only saw like 3 bands. Oh, why, thank you. Well, if you got to be a full-time student, you got to be one, My brother, he spent he's like basically a professional student. He loves going to school. Oh. Well, being an English teacher, I mean, I'd be pretty much as qualified as the English teachers that I would have had in Catholic school back in the day, because where I went to school, they did not require degrees so much to teach. So, one thing I have going for me is I can get really excited about stuff. I can get really excited about poetry and history. I actually used to want to be a history teacher, but there's a lot of doors closed for you when you get arrested for a felony drug possession. Bad motherfucker. Boom. A lot of doors closed for me. A lot in 2007. And they said, oh, well, if you just play ball for the next year, you don't get in any trouble. We'll take this off of your record. Well, guess what happened? I got arrested in like less than a year. Well, in 2007, I got arrested for possession of heroin. My mother found a needle. I don't know how I'm going to edit myself for this. I'm just going to cut off parts of the words. And she did not like that very much. So I took off and I hid for like 10 days in a van. And during that time, my mother called the police, had them come to my house. She took everything out. I had a whole drug collection, put it out on the bed. and told them to arrest me, but don't do anything too crazy. So they arrested me and charged me with felony drug possession in a school zone. And boy, my life changed. So I went to rehab. Well, I went to jail, spent a week there, kicked H for the first time, like seriously. And that was a goddamn nightmare. Went to rehab for a couple weeks. Then I thought, okay, well, my mother's going to let me back home, right? Wrong. Had to go move to a recovery house out of state. And I lived at a series of them for a number of months, I think like 8 or 9 months. And then I left for an apartment. And I stayed at one, had an apartment for a couple months before I relapsed, like seriously relapsed on speedballs, and ended up crashing my dad's car into a telephone pole. Well, his Jeep Commander, big mofo, boom, and I had a suitcase. So this all happened, and I didn't get arrested. I threw the suitcase. It had $50 worth of drugs in it. Jail is horrible. You don't want to go there. So I threw the suitcase, came back the next day. Somebody called the cops on me, said that there was a suspicious person out there picking up something, walking down the road. And because out there, where I come from, they don't have anything to do, they sent the whole police force after me because I had a suitcase and they thought I had some big drug bust, you know, they thought I had something huge. So they arrested me, and well, when they arrested me, I told them, this is a locked box, and you need a search warrant for this. And that bought me a couple days, but boy, they fucking dragged me to the police station, and they raked me over the coals. They threatened me. They did this and that. I mean, they didn't knock me around, but, you know, it was terrible. And it took me 6 years on a 3-year sentence of probation before I got loose. But yeah, jail, not good. Basically, you're doing everything in front of some other person. You're sharing everything. You better hope you get a decent cellmate, because you get the wrong one, they're going to be making you do stuff for them. Like jail, you're not going to have to worry so much about, you know, things in the shower, but they will, like, I saw people being abused in the sense that they would force people to be like their maid. Like, oh, you're going to have to clean up after me, bitch. You know, and all that stuff. I mean, I had some guy come up and punch me in the head at one point, but I didn't engage because I knew that if I did, well, I didn't. You know what I did? I went crazy. I went, what are you doing? Like I blew up, man, and it scared the hell out of them. And after that happened, no, they didn't let me leave me alone. Well, they left me alone after that. That was the first time in jail. Second time in 2008. I told them that I was bipolar, so guess what they did? They put me in what they call the turtle suit, or the turtle vest. It's a green vest that they put you in. They strip you down, and they put you in like a crisis room. They put me in there with a bunch of other guys, and I had to use, the only thing I had to wear as a pillow. Okay? I had like something around my junk, and then I had to have a little bit to lay on. There was no mattresses on the beds. We were just sleeping on the floor. And sometimes they forgot to feed us. So I should have learned a thing or two after that. But guess what? I didn't. I got in trouble again. And but that was mostly violating my probation. Like, it was very difficult for me to go to my probation officer because it was like a 30-minute car ride. It was an over an hour bus ride. And at that point, I didn't have a car anymore. I lost my license. I had a lot of shit going on between losing cars breaking down, losing licenses, this or that. Eventually, I stopped driving. Like, I don't drive anymore. I mean, I originally wanted to, hey, wingman, hope you have a good day. Thanks for coming in. I always appreciate it. And, yeah, hope to see you later. All right. So, yeah, shit was fucked up. It was really fucked up. And it just kept getting worse. I forgot what I was talking about. But, Shit did. It really got worse. We ended up losing our house in 2014. See you later, man. Man, I lost the damn house. What a revolting development. Taxes were really bad in New Jersey. My mom couldn't pay them. She tried to get my dad to pay them. He wouldn't. Basically, he used to pay all of our bills, and then over in the 2000s, he kind of stopped paying them. I mean, he legally had to pay a lot of the stuff, but it got to a point where the judge just was like siding with my dad, and he was a real pain in the ass and a real piece of shit. Sad to say that he is, but you know what? He used to be a sort of pillar of the community. I mean, he back in the 90s, my parents separated because he used to beat my mom, and he tried to strangle my brother with a telephone cord over spilled milk. That's what my mom tells me anyway. But he spent the 90s showering me and my brother with gifts and things, taking us to the arcade, you know, always made it look like he was the best dad, especially for school, like putting us in the best clothes and stuff, because he wanted to put a big front out. And then when he got older, he started giving me pot, and we started getting high together, and I started noticing more and more of the defects in his character. I mean, he's bipolar as well, but I didn't really notice it until we started really partying, and he just got worse and worse. And he was doing, I mean, in 2003, he started doing CC, you know, the pipe. Hit that pipe. Not good. That stuff that Flava Flav loves, you know. And she just got worse and worse. Wasn't paying bills. He got more and more fucked up. He was a compulsive thief, and it started getting worse as the time went on, and we got more poor. Like, he was the kind of guy who'd be like, "Here, have some of this," and then he would steal it back from you at the end of the night. He was giving out pills, taking them, you know. He'd give you some, take it back. I'd buy you a drink, steal something else the day, like a few hours later. Or my favorite, bring a friend over, and they'd be like, "Your dad's so cool, he parties with us," and then he'd fucking rob them, steal their crap. But everyone was stealing from each other. Like, I'd steal from him, he'd steal from me, they'd steal from somebody else. It was a dog-eat-dog world, man, and it was painful. I hated that so much. And that's one reason why I had to move out here to Spokane, Washington. Because I didn't have... If I stayed back there, I would be dead. And it's true. I mean, a lot of my friends are dead now. Most of them died after I left. You know, they died of overdoses. I mean, a couple of them died from other things, but that's what it mostly was. Drugs. Shit. Then I came out here, was homeless for a few months, from like September to the end of November. And I got my apartment through it's called the HEN program. And that was really cool. I had an apartment for a while, and Sophia moved in after a year. Well, the tweakers moved in next door. And my mom moved in, Sophia moved in. When we got rid of the tweakers, and once we moved to a different apartment across the street, couldn't live with my mom anymore. It was becoming really problematic. Like, I moved, you know, I was so thankful to not live in her house anymore. And then she moves into my apartment, and I thought, well, this is interesting. This shoe's going to be on the other foot. But no, it was just like back to the old shit. And it was a very small apartment. I wasn't even supposed to have her there, or Sophia, or the dog. It's a lot of stress. And from that time came one of my favorite poems that I wrote. It's called Ronnie's Tweaker Paradise. Oh, it's fun. Knock, knock. That's from the poem. So when I got to Spokane, I was writing a novel about the city called The Spokane Story. It is the story of a father, son, cook, living in a van or in an RV, driving around the city, getting into trouble. And while I was writing that, I was looking for a place to bring it to the people, like put it publicly, you know. And I saw that there weren't a lot of options for like open mics. They're pretty specific. They're like poetry, music, comedy. You know, once in a long while there'll be something else, but usually it's that. So I decided to go to some of these poetry events and some of the art shows. And when I saw the poetry events, I was like, ooh, I could do this. And so I started doing it. And I loved it. And I was very thankful. And I was doing that for a couple of years. Right up until, the COVID shit happened. God, that really fucked everything up. You know, it was tough enough doing this. Because what do poets get paid? Dick. You get paid like $20, $25. If you're a headliner from out of state, they pay you $100 for a night, to headline a show. From out of state. So it would cost $100 just to go here to do this. So some of the poets that I remember, they would go on tour. I would think that, man, that's their vacation. They have to like work at some shitty job, save up to go on tour just to get their name out there. Fact of the matter is, you're going to get more stuff out there just by doing this crap. And that's what led me to TikTok. I decided, well, that's all I'm hearing about. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. You got, top 10 entitled TikTokers TikToking their fucking asses off. Top 10 douchebags douching their douche. I do like those lists. Oh, I love the lists. Give me more lists. Please. I would like that. God. So I joined the crew. Hey, why not? But I never felt like I was a part of it. So distant. I just feel so distant. I feel like I'm so far away, far removed from the rest of society and the rest of everyone else and everything. And it's been even weirder this past year. Since this year started. So we went through 2020 thinking, well, we're only going to do, 2020. Also, Rainy Bo Bandy 97, love your name, Trailer Park Boys, Trailer Park Life, love that show. But yeah, I thought that shit was going to get back to normal. And then they were like, ooh, we got the vaccine. Things are going to go back to normal. And then, nope, sorry. It's not going to go back to normal at all. We're going to go back to the way things were. And it's worse now. Oh, okay. I love that. Ooh, yes, let's do it. Mother of God. What are we supposed to do? Why? You go to a show. You want to go to a show. They're checking, you got to have your vaccine card. And then you got to wear your mask the whole time, which is great. I wear my mask. But there's only so long I can sit with a goddamn mask on before I start getting claustrophobic. And I feel like I'm having a panic attack. Which is kind of interesting considering that I used to do landscaping when I did construction. And I would be wearing a mask almost all day at times. But then again, I'm a lot sicker now than I was then. My Graves' disease has gotten worse. My mental illness has gotten a little bit worse. The only thing that didn't get worse is my drug addiction. I took that, threw it out the window. Look at my arms. Look at them. Ain't got nothing. I got my scars. Ain't got nothing fresh for you. So I'm just out here living. Sure, why not? Oh, wait. I don't know about that. Someone asked me to go live together with NotSlutFairy.com. I said, I don't know. I don't know about that. Is that a porno site? Do they even have that in... Are you allowed to do that on TikTok? I don't think so. As far as I know. It's hard to tell what the hell I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do on here. Well, I know that I'm not allowed to talk about some of the things I've talked about. Sorry, all right? I didn't mean to talk about those things. Well, I did, but it's part of my life story, and it's hard to tell the life story without talking about the life. There we go. Turn the light on. Forgot I had a light. Let there be light. Let there be light. It's too light. I needed a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more like this. That's how I need it. Yeah, this TikTok journey has been an interesting one. And I don't know where it's going to take me. I'd like to be able to keep doing my writing, find a place to publish my stuff. I mean, I've published poems. It's, the occasional thing here or there. Published a lot of videos, done a lot of shows. I've been on the radio a couple times on KYRS in Spokane. But I would, my original goal was to publish the novels. But they always say, you got to go back to the editing. Yes, you're right. You're right. But I need help. I need help. I always needed help. I never liked asking for it, though. When I need help, I usually don't ask for it. I'm usually just let myself wither and die in the gutter. Just fucking burn. Burn! Before I go do something about it. Oh, man. I am just very confused. Very confused. I don't know what to do anymore. What do you keep doing? Like, I see that maybe doing more videos on here would be a good idea. I guess it is. I thought maybe I should do more stuff on Twitch. Like I did my first live stream on there yesterday. And I decided, well, I guess maybe I could do this because that's how I'm blowing off steam. I said that earlier. You go online or you go and play a couple games, shoot some motherfuckers, blow their heads off. Yes! But I'm a very peaceful guy. I am. I like being peaceful. But at the same time, I like to destroy. That's why I like Just Cause 4. You get to blow up a lot of things. I've been playing Battlefield 2042. That's fun when you want to blow up stuff. Kill, kill, kill. I'm not too good at it, but posted a video yesterday. My Twitch handle is @Gaming Manzoni. That's also a page, one of my Twitter pages. So I'm @Writing Manzoni, @Gaming Manzoni. And then my Venmo is @Paying Manzoni. Hey! You're doing it with Manzoni. Okay. All right. I mean, I've been on here too long, and I've already had like 1,000% more people join in to watch than I did on my other thing. Then again, I've got way more followers on TikTok than I do on Twitch. But I wanted to bring some stuff over to there because that's what I would love. I would love to be paid to play video games and rant and rave and say whatever I want to fucking say. What's interesting is when I'm at home by myself, I'm a very quiet individual. Usually. If you don't get me too heated, hot and bothered, hot or rat. That's Bussy Queen on YouTube, by the way. Oh, man. So, yeah, I spent all this time sitting around watching these lists of TikTokers and YouTubers. And I'm sitting here watching these videos, and I'm like, I should be doing this shit. Should be doing something. Damn it, what am I doing? What should I be doing? Well, I write every day. I'm writing every day, and that's what's important. And I get my coffee. All right, you get your coffee. All right. See, it says, it's always backwards on TikTok. Do what you love what you do. I don't know what would happen if I didn't have good coffee or coffee at all. Would I be boiling it in a helmet behind the garage on a bonfire? a small fire, a coke fire. Oh, I scare myself sometimes. You know, it would be even scarier is if my mom came in the chat room. See, that's one thing that has made things more difficult. Like, I was posting every day, and my mom started getting more involved in TikTok. And I'd post a video, and she'd want to talk about it later, and she'd bust my balls. That's tough. Like, you know, we had Facebook, and then that was cool until everyone's parents and grandpa came on there, and then we migrated elsewhere, and then we migrated to TikTok, and now they're coming over there, and mom just does not like, I mean, we just don't get along so much anymore. She doesn't like anything that I'm interested in so much. She's not really that interested in poetry. She fucking hates me playing games. Hates it. Hates it. I could tell you some stories about the lengths she went to keep me from playing video games over the years. Mother fuck. And it's just like this irrational hatred. Like, I'll say, well, I needed to replace my controller. What do you mean you spent money on a fucking controller? Wasting all your goddamn money all the time. What the fuck is wrong with you? Piece of shit. Well, yeah. Well, I love my mom very much. But, yeah, she fucked with me with my birthday dinner in the sense that, well, I mean, she thinks that I ruined her birthday, so, yeah, she's the one that didn't want to go to dinner. But basically, she told me she was going to ruin my birthday dinner. And we had to go all the way to Idaho to get a certain meat for a certain Italian dish that I'm not going to mention on here because people might get offended. And then we went and got it, went through all this stuff. And then on the day that I was going to come over there, I was like, ooh. And I wanted to bring my girlfriend, and she refused. She's still mad at her over some bullshit. And so, yeah. Didn't have my birthday dinner. So what she did was she took pictures of it and sent them to me. Here you go. Here's what you could be eating. But, ooh, you're a freaking asshole, Alex. Ha, 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 ha. That's a very childish move, mother. God, she could be in here right now. I might be hearing about this soon. At the moment, she's really not talking to me, which is disconcerting. Every time that she stops talking to me because I don't know what's going to happen. Could be, it's usually pretty bad. And she's usually pretty fucking mad. But what are you going to do? I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. All right. Well, you know what? I try to be a good son. I mean, she doesn't... Does she remember how fucked up I used to be? I mean, I used to steal from her. I used to do all kinds of crap. And I don't do any of that stuff now. I don't do any hard drugs. I'm not fucking with her. She still gives me shit. And she still treats me like I was in my addiction yesterday. It's been 7 years, Mom. 7 years. 7 years I've been off the shit, all right? Give me a fucking break. Please give me a break. Please. But will it happen? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh. So, who else has a fun time with their parents? I'm sure many of you do. Christ. What are you supposed to do? You know, you can't tell them to take a hike, because then, you know, you'll feel bad about it later. You got to be like, okay, Mom, I'm sorry. I love you. I'll do whatever I can. Yeah. All I have to do is keep moving forward. So what's in the future? Well, I've got a show coming up in March. I'm doing a set at a Atomic Threads boutique in Spokane, right down the street. They're doing a burlesque slash drag slash, well, burlesque slash drag show, and they have a poet performing. And that poet is me. All right. I'm excited. I'm very excited to do it. I am excited anytime I get to go on. Although my anxiety makes it very difficult, especially like a week leading up to any time I have to do something like this, or anytime I have something like an important doctor's appointment, or back in the day it used to be court dates. I would just be a wreck for a friggin' week. I would just be like, oh shit, oh no. And I lose sleep. I can't focus on other things, just leading up to whatever event I'm doing. And it's worse, no matter, like, the bigger the event is, the more important it is, the worse it happens. And it gets worse and worse, leading right up to that final day. And the night before, I will be awful. I will just be like, Well, that's fun. It seems like my whole hard drive must be not working. That's fun. I just friggin' got one of these fairly recently. That's not cool. Not cool. I wanted to do a simultaneous double live stream, but that's obviously not happening because this shit's fucked up. It's fucked. What's the matter with you? I just need the people to come over to the Twitch so I can get some more of the Twitch dollars. I want someone to donate me a PlayStation 5, or at least fix the PlayStation 4 that I got. Come on, do something. Or not. Oh, I'm so miserable all the time. I'm so sick, tired, confused. I take more medicine than I know what to do with. And it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. But it could be a lot more fucked up. Could be way, way more fucked up than, things in the past. I mean, I'm not homeless anymore. Hey! Not sleeping on a cardboard box, flattened out on the ground. Hey! I'm not worried about getting stabbed by some asshole in the night. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. I think it is not working. I would not recommend buying external hard drives for PlayStation products, because shit is fucked up. It's always fucked. Like, I don't know, maybe every week it'll tell me that it needs to be reformatted, and it's usually not the case. It usually just kind of fucks with me. I'm hoping that it's just fucking with me now, because it just takes me so long to put everything onto the goddamn hard drive, and then it'll tell me something like, ooh, you need to format the hard drive, delete everything on it. Yeah, well, format this. I don't get it. None of these are working. That makes me nervous. So all I got in this world is the fucking PlayStation, my phone, the house, my medication, my doctors, my beautiful girlfriend, and my kitty. You really gotta appreciate what you have, though. I do. And that's why I get so pissed off when something fucks with my shit, or I perceive that it's getting fucked up or being fucked with. Right now, my shit seems like it's getting fucked with. in that it's not working the way I would like it to. But, whatever. Whatever. What the fuck ever. Come on. Give me a little something. Come on. Don't break on me. Come on. Come on. Is anybody else having problems with their machines? Man, I could use a new computer. Man, I could use a new this. Well, the only thing I wanted for Christmas was the PlayStation 5, and, well, I didn't get it, but you know what? Shit happens, right? Shit happens. Occasionally, I'll get an email from PlayStation telling me, ooh, you've been selected to buy a PlayStation 5 on a random day. And then the random day will come up, and then you got like 1 day to respond and to pay and buy it. And it's never at a time where I have an extra $500 plus tax lying around. But maybe one of these days, huh? I don't know what the fuck's going on with this thing. It's not loading my shit. It's my shit, my load. Wanted to get back on to do my shit. But instead, we're playing pinochle with motherfucker over here. I wanted to get the goddamn, do some zombies with the COD Vanguard. That might not be happening. Might not be happening. Come on, you bastard. What do you want from me? I'll turn it off and turn it back on. This is my daily life. The life of a writer. Writing. Well, what's interesting is that mostly when I write anymore, it's I'm writing on my phone. I use the notes, go out there, have a smoke, and get my writings in. And it's been good like that for the past couple months. It's been, it gets tough writing when your cat keeps jumping on your lap. And individuals will tell me, oh, why don't you just move your cat? I'm like, I don't have the heart. I love her so much. I love the kitty. I love her. She's so nice. Baby Sangha. Oh, man, I love her too much. And it's going to be a problem if anything ever happens to her, I swear to God. That'll be a very big problem. Very big. What the hell does a co-host button do? Oh, you can add host, go live with another host, interact, answer questions from your viewers, get a poll from your viewers' opinions, enhance. What else can you do? Voice effects. Hello? Is this a new voice for me to use? Or is this some stupid bullshit? Sound like some stupid bullshit. Vintage. Hello? Is this vintage or just something dumb? Vintage. Oh, why, that reminds me of my dearly departed sound engineering teacher, Michael Tarsia. I don't know if there's a J. He died in December, and he will be missed. He taught me everything I know about recording and inspired me to continue on. Well, I wanted to be a sound engineer for a while, back in 2007, and yeah, I took this class. It cost 10 grand. Got my parents to get all that shit through the college trust fund that my dad ended up busting and taking all the money that was left. But I took this class, and this guy was so crazy, so brash. He was offensive beyond words. Like, he should have been canceled and beyond canceling. And he was disgusting, vile. You do not want to bring your girlfriend around that man. He would just brag about how many women he'd screwed over the years, and it's so weird. My phone starts making noises. I do not have anything playing. What is that? Maybe it's a sound from downstairs. I don't know. But yeah, this guy, he would. I would show up to pick him up for class. Yeah, I had to pick up my teacher for class, and he would be butt naked on the couch, and I'd have to rouse him. He'd be so fucking hungover. What the fuck? You fucking motherfucker. But he was called the man with the golden ears. And he taught me a lot. But boy, was I looking forward to the end of that class. I was like, see ya when it was over. I never completed the final exam. I was done. I couldn't take his shit anymore. My mom was dated him for a while, and he was really abusive. He'd whip out his gun, he'd point it at people. He hung my mother out of a window one time, like a good man, really good guy. But he's missed, and, it's one of those guys. He made a big impact on the community. Yeah, but also it kind of led me to not wanting to work with musicians anymore. The only time I recorded a couple people, but one of them was this guy who wanted to be a rapper. And of course, he gets into my house. I bring him in. I'm like, hey, it's $10 an hour for recording. And he was like, yo, man. Yo, I'll pay you when I make it big. Yeah, okay. He was never going to pay me. Famous last words. And that's another thing when people say, oh, exposure. You'll get some exposure. I don't have anything to pay you, but, this will look good. You'll get some likes. Likes don't pay the bills, bitch. Not unless you're getting like 1,000,000 likes. Unless you're getting some sponsorship shit going on. Likes. Yeah. Unbelievable. So I do my volunteering. I do volunteering for art events. And I think, this is something I really believe in. And I'll do it. I'll do poetry there for free. And I'll promote their places. It's always good. Of course, once in a while, they end up not appreciating me and shitting on me. So, yeah, then I have to figure out when that's happening and get the fuck out of there. It happens a little too often. Yeah. So, more recently, I have stopped. I had an open mic that I was hosting at Madco Lab Studios in Spokane. And I did that for a couple months. And yeah, they just didn't give a fuck. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going back there anymore. They took all my girlfriend's paintings down and put them in a box. Whatever. You want to do that? Do it. Fine. They didn't even give me a free cup of coffee at that damn shop. I brought them. I bought them coffee. I bought their coffee. I brought in people. We would always spend money there. But during my last show, I had someone came and they wanted to buy a coffee, and they wouldn't let him. She was just wouldn't let her. It was just too much of a bitch. Like, okay. Well, that's fun. I think my hard drive is fucked. Well, that's fun. It's always good times. Or not. Did I put in the wrong... Oh, well, that would be nice if I put in the wrong one. And, yeah, that would be good. Because, God, every time I get that message, where I get an error message. Originally, I started buying up hard drives because I broke a Seagate hard drive that I had downloaded all kinds of computer games onto, and that really upset me because I dropped it on a carpet, and then after that it was just like I got the click of death, and boy, it was deadly. It was. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Why are they doing this to me? Why? Oh man, what the fuck am I gonna do? Well, gonna play some games. Ooh, gonna make some TikToks. I don't know. It's like it's tough for me to figure out what the hell I'm gonna record anymore because it's like you can't make everybody happy, and you got all these different crowds. Like I post something on TikTok, people really dig it. I'll get a lot of likes or watch, a lot of watches at least, and I'll post something over on Facebook or YouTube or something, and will not get the same effect, or even worse on Facebook when you get people saying just dumb shit, leaving dumb comments that are not positive. It just make me feel insecure and just makes me not want to fucking do shit, man. I just want to just hide. I just wanted to, like, over the last month, especially when I had COVID, I just, at the same time, I wanted to record this, everything I was going through, but at the same time, I wanted to disengage from all of this. Like, I was so sick of all the social media crap and the hashtags and this and that. And I just wanted to be gone and be rid of it and just do something else. But you know what? I turned my back on it and I can't get away from it anyway. Instead, I keep getting slapped in the face with it. Like, ooh, TikToker posts or does, in the news, like some douchebag as millionaire does douchebaggy things. Like, oh man, I could be that jerk off. No, I would never be that jerk off. I would never be that kind of jerk off. Okay? I try to be respectful of other people. All right? I try. Question is, am I trying hard enough? Yes. Especially if I, because I was at the bottom of the barrel long ago. And if I ever get to the top of the barrel, I want to be benevolent. I want to be a nice guy. I want to share love. I want to support the community. I want to live. Christ. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. It's good talking to you folks. I hope everyone has a good day. I don't know how to record any of it, or maybe record or save this stuff. Can I? Maybe not. Maybe not. But you know what? Had a good run. 60 minutes, 63 minutes. Hey! Manzoni in the morning will be coming back at you. Follow me at Writing Manzoni, at Gaming Manzoni, and Venmo at Paying Manzoni. Take care.